Well, good evening, everyone. And we are at the very tail end of June 2025 with tons of excitement happening here. I'm Carole Roberts, and I'm actually in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada tonight. So glad to be with such a great group, very much from different provinces and also different countries, as Partner Co is definitely going global. Tonight, we actually have a great group of guest speakers, testimonials, and of course, our presenter, Ricia Adair, who is got 25 plus years of networking and a marketing background, but also she is a great presenter and amazing trainer, being in the top 3 power rankers in the country of Canada all of last year, and of course pretty much took home every award that there was at the Canadian Connect event just 1 month ago. So I'm just going to turn it over to Ricia Adair, who is from Canada but living the dream in Mexico, and she's going to basically present everything. So if I could have everyone mute their lines, and unless you are a speaker, we'll absolutely love for you to unmute at that time.
Thank you, Carole, so very much. And I want to celebrate our very own co-host. Her and her partner, Brian, were recognized tonight on the giant recognition call as number 13 power rankers in all of the country, in all of Canada. So congratulations to you, Carole. It's a pleasure to work with you. Carole and Brian are officers with the company, and they have just climbed the ranks very, very quickly here. So let's get this show on the road. We've got a great party ahead of us here. Do the logistics, get my slides up and going. And Carole, you're going to have to give me a thumbs up when you can see the current slides, okay?
I see it, just needs to be enlarged.
Okay, we're good to go, right?
Good to go.
Awesome. Okay, we're going to share with you tonight something very exciting, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to share with you some amazing products that will transform your life. We're going to hear from individuals who have actually enjoyed these transformations. And then we're going to share with you a very comprehensive yet prosperous business plan. And also we've got our guest speaker who just came back from a fantastic diamond vacation paid for by our company to Bali. So I'm really excited to get everything going here. So again, my name is Ricia Adair, and my husband and I, we started living the dream in beautiful Manzanillo, Mexico. We bought a little boutique resort. And when we had come into our property in October on Mike's 70th birthday, actually, the house was unattended for about 5 months. We were all excited about living the dream and all that. And here we found the pool was filled with algae. The pool pump had broken down. Doorknobs were falling off, and salitre was rotting the cement. It was really something to hurry up and get ready for our upcoming season. It really bled us dry, actually. Our little nest egg that we had broke real quick. And on the other side, I was pretty anxious about a lot of things. Our lawyer had stolen $23,000 of closing costs. I got sick. I got the shingles. I had a UTI that seemed to hang on for 4 months or so. I got dog bites. It got infected. And then I started to emotionally eat, right? Sugar makes me feel good. So I ate the pies and the cakes and the ice creams. And no matter how many times I'd walk that beautiful beach or up and down the stairs or swim in the ocean, I still couldn't get rid of any of it. I was in a bad way, actually. Went to Dr. Tom and said, Doctor, what can it be? I'm not losing weight. I'm doing my chair yoga. I'm really disciplined, and I'm having my chocolate cake. And he says, Ricia, you've got a serious case of FFB. Oh, Dr. Tom, what could ever that be? He says, you're fat, frumpy, and broke, girl. I prayed, and then along came that phone call in April of last year. Joni and Chris Budd, good friends of mine who live in Costa Rica, fellow Canadians, and they said, Ricia, you need to know about these drops. And she probably saw one of my fat pictures posted on Facebook. But in any case, I was ready to listen because I prayed for this. The first opposition that I had in my own head, because we all have that mental noise going on, was I can't afford this. And then the next thing that came into my head was, how can you afford it? And the third thing that came into my head is, you're going to take the money from another budget and you're going to get these drops into your body, girl, no matter what. So I had enough basically to buy 2 boxes of drops. Joni had said, Ricia, there's thousands of people who have had great success with this product. All you have to do is share it with the world. We have a system of growth, a posting system on Facebook. If you've got nothing better to do with your time, why don't you post a couple of times a day and see what magic happens? Well, I'm going to fast forward. The first day that I posted, Kim Gray lost 116 pounds. I got 19 comments. Michelle lost 25 pounds in the afternoon post. I gained 7 comments. And then the courier came to my door that day. I held up the box, 2 bottles. Mike took the picture, 59 comments, of which resulted in 20 customers and 6 new brand partners. So, wow, I now have a vehicle that I can drive, that I know that it can get me into some financial prosperity. So I started to set the goals. And my goals were many, because again, too, I'm dreaming big again. Well, my 1-year goals magically all got realized in November, my 7th month into the business. My brand new fridge, I have a maid there. I can now hire a maid with a gardener and a pool guy. I'm in love with that appliance. I love it. I brought in paint crews to splash colorful paint all over the property. Really, really excited about that. Our pergola on the pool deck was crashing down. It was a position of danger. So we brought in the crews with exotic woods to rebuild it. That was several $1,000s. I got Mike a motorcycle, which is really cool, right? How many wives can say that? And then on Christmas Eve, we had a small earthquake that was followed by 6 more earthquakes that caused our pool to fail. And we were full house come January 2nd. We were able to hire a crew, and the crew came in and worked around the clock to get our pool back in order. And again, I want to say this. I'm not saying this to impress you, but impress upon you that my life so quickly changed in my 3rd month, my 4th month, my 7th month, my 9th month. If it hadn't been for Partner Co., we would have lost the business side of our resort. We would have had to shut that down and refund money. We didn't have the money to refund, so we would have been in a big mess. So I'm ever so grateful. These were very heavy expenses that came our way. And again, thanks to our Partner Co income, we were able to manage, and the resort is still alive and well. Throw this in, a beautiful diamond vacation, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. I just got back just a short while ago. In fact, SUMER was there with me. We had a blast. It was a fabulous vacation. The resort was diamond, stellar resort. There was 178 of us that enjoyed this trip. Partner Co spoiled us rotten. We're going to hear more about the next trip back to Bali. And this company, let me say this. How many places can you go and start a business, or a lot of you may be in a job, and you make a really good income, you save your hotel business, and they fly you to a diamond resort in Punta Cana? When does that ever happen, right? Well, it happens here with us. Now let's talk about health. Remember about the fat frumpy thing? Well, I was there in my spandex. That was very brave of me. 13 days later, you can see the significant difference of what was happening to my body as the inflammation started to go away. In 3 months, I celebrate going from a size 18 to size 9. I also no longer have any aches in my fingers and toes. I had plantar fasciitis in my heels, no longer have that. In fact, today, as I speak with you, I feel like I'm 35 years old. I sleep like a baby, and I don't even have a single hangnail to talk to you about. I'm vibrant, and I really feel like I've gotten a new lease in life. I'm so grateful for all these great products, because once you start taking them, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel younger. You're going to feel more energized. You're going to feel all those things. And I owe it to these 2 guys, Darren Zobrist, John Wadsworth. They are the owners of our company. They bought several companies that were in trouble through bad management decisions by the previous owner. Then throw in COVID, and these 5 companies with amazing, amazing products were having great difficulty. Darren and John came together and bought the companies, and together we are better, simply better together. We are called Partner Co. We are partners with the corporate executives. And what has happened along the way is it's just given me a reason to understand that we no longer have to have all these symptoms and suffer. As I name these out, I want you to mentally, or actually put in the chat, how many of these affected you if you're on the drops, or if you're not on the drops, how many affect you now? Mood swings, low libido, headaches, night sweats, food cravings, especially sugars and carbs, hot flashes, acne, insomnia, tiredness, fatigue, weight gain. I easily was 5. I want to see in the chat how many were affected by any of these before the drops, or if you're not on the drops as a guest tonight, how many effects of these? I had no idea that any of this had to do with hormonal imbalance. I just thought it was getting old. Well, not to worry, we've got over 100 amazing products that came from these 5 companies, products that are going to help you in absolutely every area of your life in wellness. Let's thank our Chief Medical Officer and his team, Dr. Ray Strand, Dr. Joshua Plant, Brett West, Dr. Pina. They are all world-renowned doctors. They oversee 1,040 annual quality tests. All of our products have clean ingredients. There are no fillers, there are no sugars, clean ingredients, 215 plus published studies. What excited me was the fact that we can do business in 50 countries. I can be in my little office in Manzanillo. Thank goodness I paid for my Wi-Fi that month when Joni called. And you too can have a global presence. Post our System of Growth postings on Facebook. Somebody from Italy might respond, ask how to get the drops. You send her a link. The European office fulfills the order, and the following Friday you get paid. It's transparent. You do not need a business license for all these countries. You do not need tax numbers. It is 100% transparent and so simple. The infrastructure for your global business is in place. Let's talk quickly about a few of the products that we have. Lucim was created by a team of dermatologists, the Skincerity Breathable Roll-On Skincare Mask. It's the only one of its kind in the world, and it was actually created for problem skin. In fact, burn victims and eczema, psoriasis, all those other kind of hurtful items on your skin. Well, this company alone, I know people that have done 6 figures just by that one product because it is amazing. We have beautiful Marlene's legs on the left there. She had a serious case of eczema. After rolling for a few weeks, she was able to normalize and be able to manage her discomfort and her pain. Adult acne situations, these are all real photographs of people that have had amazing experience. Stretch marks, signs of aging, rosacea, surgery scars. Have a look at that fellow on the right, how his surgery scar has so healed in just a short time. And we're talking like 2-3 weeks. Another great product that we have is Tahitian noni. Many of you may have heard of this. It's been around for decades. The best noni in the world comes from Tahiti with the volcanic soil conditions for the best growth. Noni is the most efficacious fruit in the world. And when it's formulated into something that tastes good, because we have noni in Mexico and you're not going to go up to a tree and take a bite because it doesn't taste good and it smells bad. So you need a very special formula. And we have that in these little packages or in the bottles. You drink your juice, and what it's going to do for you is promote overall health and wellness. It supports a healthy immunity system, boosts your energy and endurance. But how about this? As we get older, we're having trouble with our knees, going up and down the stairs, in and out of the car, getting into your seat in the airplane. How about having beautiful mobility? Supports a healthy cardiovascular system, helps fight harmful free radicals, protects against that oxidative damage, you know, the stress, the toxins, anxiety, all those things that are harming your body, and supports mood balancing effects. One of my favorites is the noni and collagen. It's a drink together. I drink it every morning. We all want that beautiful, youthful skin, but guess what? This product is going to have you youthful from the inside out. So you want your insides to be young too, people. Our NutriFi vitamin line is the best of the best. Our probiotics, created by our very own Dr. Pina here in Mexico City, has billions of probiotic strains. It also has its own patented packaging, so the product doesn't get spoiled in hot weather conditions. Omega Q for your brain and your heart. Rejuvenex for added energy, for mood, and for brain. I'm taking everything for brain these days because I want to stay sharp my whole life. Optimal M for minerals, Optimal V for vitamins, and together they look after your blood, your muscles, your eyes, your lungs. Who would have ever thought about taking a vitamin for your lungs? And yet we depend on our lungs every second of every day. So I recently had cancer surgery. Between Vinali and the Optimals, I take that and I feel like I can come up and down these hills without any effort at all. Vinali is our most popular product in France as well as China. It was originally created for people that have loose skin after losing weight from the drops. And now we're finding that it's creating a terrific immunity protection. against any kind of invasion coming into your body, as well as many people are saying they no longer suffer from allergies. The MOA on the right is my second product that I purchased recently. A friend of mine, he said, Ricia, for all that achy in your owies and in your fingers and toes, you need to have the MOA. It is a blend of 36 superfoods, liquid nutrition, exotic ingredients from expensive destinations. And when that comes together, magic happens in your body. This girl had surgery that went south and she was suffering greatly. In no time at all after drinking the MOA, she has healthy, lovely ankles. And again, this is probably, in most people, when I ask them their second or third favorite product, MOA is always on the top. Sugar stop. Well, hey, I just came back from a week celebrating my wedding anniversary in Puerto Vallarta. We went out for dinner a lot, and we know there's packed in calories in restaurant food. So I just had Sugar Stop with me every night to help me through the cheats. Sugar Stop is going to block a lot of the sugar and the sugars caused by carbs. And so it tastes like mango juice. Put the powder in your water before you go out, and it helps to avoid that spiking of your blood sugar. Now, I want to get serious here for a moment. Weight gain around our middles is associated with an increased risk for high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, heart disease, and diabetes. The medical community is now beginning to refer to visceral fat as killer fat. Critically important that you get that fat down. We have it for you. We have Advantage. The benefits and results include increasing your metabolism, burning 10 times more calories so you get leaner faster, reduces stubborn visceral fat, slims your waist and hips where the fat seems to collect, activates fat burning cells in your brown adipose tissue, and helps prevent weight regain following weight loss. I love this product. I love it. I love it. Slenderies, again, every single product. I use whatever I can get. In Mexico here, we have about half of the products that are available to you in Canada and the US. Pure Nourish is my breakfast. It's 18 grams of protein, vegetable protein, not whey or soy. It's pea protein. It tastes delicious, and it has as much nourishment in it. If all the food should disappear tomorrow, you take your Pure Nourish with fresh, clean water, and you will be well nutrified. I love cocoa. I love chocolate, so I have the Power Booster, the cocoa. I add that into my Pure Nourish. I also have it in my coffee every day and give myself a little cafe mocha. The Giving Greens gives you now 2.5 pounds of efficacious greens. You can put it in your shake, have a green drink, put it on your salad. And I see the drops peeping around the corner, but I want to share a couple more things with you before we talk about the drops. Renew, one of my favorites, Fountain of Youth in a box. It is the only product of its kind in the world. We have 2 international patents pending. It helps combat the natural aging process to promote youth and vitality. It actually teaches your body to create the pathways for HGH, human growth hormone. So what does that do for you? Well, it's going to help you feel younger. Your skin will be younger. Your hair will be more healthier. I've seen pictures of men, white-haired men who are now black again, promoting deeper, more restorative sleep, getting into that deep REM sleep. A great sleep tonight means a better tomorrow. Increase your libido, stamina, and pleasure. Who doesn't want that, right? More fun in the bedroom. Reduce body fat, increases lean muscle. So this is why the Renew marries so well with the drops. It promotes that youthful looking skin and hair, increases your improved mood and energy, and cell regeneration. Now, this is a fact. 63.1%, according to Stats Canada, is overweight or obese. In the United States, it's just a little higher, 73.6. That means 3/4 of the people that you look at out there are considered medically overweight or obese. This is a situation that we need to talk about, because it's not only about aesthetics and looking good in that great little black dress, but this is about your health. This is about your life. We have the day and night drops in Canada, the perfect duo for body balance, to get your body back into balance so you can lose weight properly. You will drop twice the weight as diet alone. The Slenderies and Accelerate, available in the United States, clinically proven, created by doctors, backed by science. It's all natural, safe, and effective, stimulant and hormone-free. There are over 1 million bottles sold of our product in the last 16 years. What the Body Balance Drops will do for you is this. It helps curb your hunger and control your appetite. So you'll notice that you'll want smaller portions. This is what I'm really excited about because I was so addicted to sugar. It eliminates sugar cravings. Day 1, I didn't take sugar. Day 2, didn't want sugar. Day 17, didn't want sugar. I'm on day 590, still do not want sugar. I feel like this is an AA meeting or something, but I'm really excited about that. It helps balance your hormones, including insulin, the ghrelin, the leptin, and the cortisol hormones. It's really important. The Renew as well helps reduce the cortisol production. That's why it marries so well with the drops. It's going to stimulate metabolism, increases your energy, feel younger, so you're motivated. And you know what? It's going to tell you to get up off the couch because you have all this extra energy. Go for a walk, go for an exercise. It helps with stress and stabilizing your mood. Clinically proven to support your thyroid, maintains healthy blood sugar levels, and helps with brain clarity, lifting the brain fog, memory improvements. I call it my magic drops. I love my drops. I love them. I love them. So we're going to invite you to participate in the improved food list. It's loaded with great things to eat, all your animal-based proteins, your plant-based. Our Parksville team, we had a super Saturday not too long ago, and they prepared this amazing gift of food for us, for the attendees, and everything on that table is completely healthy and on plan. So you're not going to go hungry with our plan at all. We're going to invite you to exercise 15 to 30 minutes a day, at least 5 times a week, right? And this is all stuff we know. Drink your water 8 glasses a day. And I want to say this is not a fad. It's not a diet, so you gain it back. This is a lifestyle. We're inviting you to participate in a healthy lifestyle of clean eating, exercise, and water. Let's share now what can happen in your world as we invite you to look at other testimonies. Katie, in 30 days. James LaPonce, yes, guys, you've got hormones too, 47 pounds in 4 months. And this is Dr. Crystal Vance. She lost an entire person, 162 pounds. She lost it 6 or 7 years ago. And that beautiful girl on the right looks like that today. So it does not come back. Athletes, Robin loves our product. She gets better performance, wins more medals. Julie Park was actually very ill when she started taking our drops, married to a doctor at that time. And after being with the drops, look at her. She's spunky. She looks several years younger, very slim. April, a complete physiological change. It looks like a whole different person. The Hublers, they are scientists. They have a physiotherapy clinic. They have 5 kids, very successful with our company. And you could see just the difference in their faces alone. Sheila Peltier wasn't dry eye in the house when I had her on my call. She had just gone through all kinds of chemo and radiation for her cancer situation. Well, the drops brought her back joie de vivre, and she's also lost 25 pounds. Chris Bailey suffered with Lyme disease. He had trouble finding the right help in Nashville until the drops came along. So he's gotten himself well. He's got to buy a new coat or at least get that one tailored because this man's lost a lot of weight. Selena, oh my gosh, she's lovely. She's lost a whole bunch of weight. Her blood pressure numbers are down to normal and her A1C numbers as well too. And this is a common story that I hear from people as they get off meds as encouraged by their doctors. Ashley here had actually gone on the drops to get rid of or to try and balance out those night sweats and anxious moments and times that you want to hurt your husband. And the hot flashes, all those. Men, you don't understand. You have no idea what we go through. Well, guess what? The drops help Ashley completely become normal again. Her husband says, you know, I'm going to give these a try, probably to prove you wrong. He lost 65 pounds, released his Dr. Pepper addiction. It's amazing. We have 1 billion women going into menopause and perimenopause this year. We can reach out and help them. Save the men, right? Anne and Chad. Chad got off of 12 medications, vice president with our company, very, very successful. And again, between the two of them, they lost well over 200 pounds. Jerry Wyndham not only lost 12 pounds, but he stopped shaking. He used to have to hold a soup spoon with 2 hands to get it up to his mouth. I mentioned that to my husband, Mike, and Mike has stopped shaking. His acid reflux is gone. Migraines are gone. So there's a lot of things that happen. I'm not saying that we cure or anything like that, but I'm just saying when you get your body into balance, the body is an amazing machine that goes into a state of self-correct and seems to get us well again. Look at my friend Colleen. These pictures before and after happen inside the same 7 months. James Scott, another amazing testimonial. He has a form of Parkinson's. He couldn't stop shaking. He's had it since he was a young man. James doesn't shake anymore. James doesn't wear his serious knee brace anymore that he had on his knees for 17 years, and he's also lost 65 pounds. Kelly Rosier out of Qualicum, Vancouver Island, big differences. Lori LaRock, also over 21 pounds, several inches. Sherry out of Vancouver Island as well. The stories go on, guys. Sharon Smith went from a very big person to a tiny, tiny little thing of size 7. Tammy Frankfurt is a perfect example of someone who really didn't think she needed the drops. But look at the difference that's happened in Tammy's body in her short period of being on the drops. Nancy was very sick. She's well again. Her husband has lost a bunch of weight. He's happy. Charlene Kloster has an amazing story. I saw her dance across the stage in Calgary. She is 78 years old. She had a bad fall, lives at a beautiful lakefront home, and her son says, we need to get you out and put you in assisted living, Mom, move you into the city. And she says, no, I'm not giving up my lakefront home. Give me 2 weeks on the drops. In 2 weeks, she was walking with a cane, and she's still in that house today. So miracles are happening in people's lives. Valerie out of Victoria. And this is an interesting picture because Gwen suffered from serious toe fungus for years and years and years. And you can see from March to May, the difference in the health of her feet all the way up to June. Her feet are completely cured. Penny Toner had a really bad situation when I called her in July. Well, just about a year ago, she had had colon cancer with 5 operations, all of which to fix the last one. And she was in a bad way. She was in bed all the time, could only eat half an avocado. And she was very weak when I talked to her. And she's a dear friend of mine. She said yes to the drops. That is Penny on the right after 60 days of being on the drops. She's got her life back. Rachel, bless her heart, she had trouble losing her baby fat. Well, with the drops, she was able to do it. Dawn Harrison, one picture after another. My dear friend Barbara. Now here she is flaunting her size 7, and earlier she was a size 16, but she's close to 70 years old. Doesn't she look great? These products make us feel and look young. Tiger was just recently on our calls. He was over 286 pounds. He's dropped down to 248, and he's even less. And he could bench press. He was very, very sick, needing oxygen. Now he doesn't need oxygen, and he's back to the gym bench pressing 400 pounds. My dear friend Jane, the lady on the left, she couldn't even clasp her hands because of the inflammation. She was a couch potato, had no desire for anything but to walk that dog. Jane on the right, I just saw her in Victoria, but before the meeting, she ran out and bought herself a kayak because that girl is on the water. And just look at the difference in the age. Again, physiology changes. Cheryl's on our call with us tonight. The lady in the black sweater in the top left phoned me on Christmas Eve, that very day, wearing that sweater. And look at Cheryl today, only a few short months later. She's done amazingly well, and she feels great and has lost a bunch of weight. And I saw her dance across the stage as well in Calgary. It was so fun to see everyone celebrate. I have got a very special guest that we want to hear her story from Fultondale, Alabama. We've got Renee. Renee, I'm so grateful for you to be on our call tonight. Come forward, please. Unmute your line. Okay, let's, do we have Renee with us?
Okay, there we go. Sorry, I was hitting the wrong button. I'm not tech savvy. But Carole and Ricia, thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, thank you so much, Renee. Renee, how long have you been on the drops, and how did you get introduced to the drops?
Well, about a year and a half ago is when I first really was introduced to them. And at that point, I was like not even fitting into my jeans. I was wearing elastic waist pants all the time because I couldn't fit in my jeans, and I refused to buy bigger clothes. I wasn't sleeping good at night. Wasn't I just didn't feel good, no energy. And I just realized, after having a bowl of ice cream pretty much every night in a lazy boy, I got to change some things. And so a girlfriend of mine had lost about 20 pounds on the drops. I didn't know what she was doing. She had just lost about 20 pounds. And I said, whatever you're doing, just sign me up. And so she told me about the drops, and I was immediately attracted to them because they're all natural. They're homeopathic. And so I'm one of those, I'm not going to put chemicals in my body. If I don't know what it is, I'm not I'm not doing that. There's too many unknowns, too many side effects, and I just was very happy that they were all natural. And I didn't know what they were going to do, but I knew they wouldn't hurt me, so I was gonna just see what would happen. And I started the drops, and on day 4, I had lost 4 pounds, and I was like
Wow.
so excited. I was like, these things are legit. And so I continued taking the drops. And in 6 weeks, I had lost 24 pounds. I went
Fantastic.
from a size 12 to a size 6, and I'm still in a size 6, and that was a year and a half ago. So the process of the drops, yes, they are a great appetite suppressant. They have those B vitamins that give you that energy and that lift. I don't have any more trouble sleeping. I have a lot more energy. I totally fit into any of those jeans that I want to wear. And not only did I get into my skinny jeans, I lost enough weight that I was like, let me just for kicks, let me just try this 6, because I haven't worn a 6 since I was in high school. And I went to the dressing room, and these 6s like were fitting me not tight. They were
Wow.
like fitting me just right. And I was like, this is amazing. I was just so excited. And so I easily fit in that now. And so it's just been it does a lot just for your self-esteem, and your confidence when you are feeling better in your own skin. But yeah, it's helped with food cravings, and I love the drops. And now I, like you, have taken advantage of the money side too, and I pretty much am just getting paid to help people get healthy. So I love the drops.
I understand you're an officer with our company. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And isn't it fun to be able to get a check on a Friday just from helping others, right?
Absolutely.
And then we hear stories like yours, and it's such a feel-good thing, right? Renee, thank you so very much for being on our call. I really appreciate it. We're going to have you back as our special guest so we can hear all about the other side of it.
I'd be glad to. Thank you.
Okay, wow, what a great story. Gotta love it. You know what? It's worth the price of tea right there when you could say I'm sleeping again throughout the night, right? So awesome. Our next speaker comes from Alabama as well, Decatur, Jonathan. I remember Jonathan from Punta Cana. So Jonathan, we can see that you've lost some weight there. You look much healthier. Let's bring you on board and hear your story. There you are. Nice to see you both. Oh, well, you're muted, so we need to unmute you.
No, we're unmuted. Can you hear us?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Jonathan. I can't hear Jonathan.
How about now?
Is this any better?
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
One
so
I-
I'm seeing that pretty lady next to you introduce you to the drops. Is that right?
My story is a little bit different than most.
Okay,
Mine was not I'm searching for anything. Mine is I'm not going to do this at all.
okay.
So I'm at SUMER and basically at her house one day, and she says, "Hey, I'm in this business. Let's cut it right there. I don't care. I'm not doing this." She says, "No, I just need to buy some drops. Can I sign you up in the business?" Sure. So she put my name in. A few weeks later, I was introduced to a product that you did not mention earlier, Blue Frog,
Right.
the energy drink. And I began falling in love with Blue Frog. And I would drink Blue Frog about every time at her house. I don't know how much money I owe her for the drinks, but anyway, so fast forward, I decided to start buying the drinks and started a subscription, brought in some Blue Frogs. After a couple of months of that, I began thinking about the drops. As you noticed my picture earlier, I did not think I really needed to lose any weight. Backstory to that, I put on a lot of weight when I started working out several years ago and had maintained it for a while. Went through a rough patch in life, did not maintain it for a while. And it had, as you could see, turned a little bit of fluff. So got on the drops, and after a couple of months, SUMER said, "How much weight have you lost?" I said, "I don't think any." And come to find out, it was 24 pounds gone. And what I didn't realize is that I didn't have to spread my legs apart to be able to bend over and tie my shoe. I could actually just lean down and tie my shoe. So I realized that the gut was gone. But that's kind of my story getting into the drops. The money side of it, she's been a big help to me on that. It was first off, when I started getting the energy drinks, the Blue Frogs, I had asked, how do I get my subscription covered? And she said, well, let's get you posting. Let's get you selling. Let's get you a team built. So we started doing that. Blue Frogs was paid for. That's all I wanted. I've got a good job, full-time job outside of this. And then after a couple of months, I said, so I'm starting to see the money part of it. And I asked her, I said, how can I get $500 extra a week? So she introduced me to that. And then after a couple, I don't know, 2 or 3 months goes by, I remember calling her on a Friday and I said, this stinks. She said, what? I said, my check was only $500 this week. And she said, oh, perspective. So that's kind of a run through of my story on it. I stay on the drops. I take several of the vitamins that you have. They're lined up across my counter. And Advantage and drops, they pair perfectly for me. So
For sure. And
that's
your testimonial on the Blue Frog.
oh, so I had only drank one, and I don't even know if you guys had seen this before, but it was a camouflage energy drink can, and it was from Mountain Dew. This was years ago. I drank one and thought my heart was going to explode. And I swore that I would never drink another energy drink. It's the only one I ever had. And when she told me that she would drink the Blue Frog while she was pregnant, I was like, well, maybe they're not too bad. So they don't give you that shake. They don't give you the upper, the lower. You just feel good. You feel like you've got energy. You don't realize you've had an energy drink. You just can go.
Fabulous.
So,
Wow. Well, we don't have it in Mexico, so I have to smuggle it in.
Oh,
that's no good.
yeah, I'm not moving to Mexico.
Yeah, no.
I'll tell you now.
Thank you, Jonathan, so very much for your testimonial. It's nice to see you on camera. Summer, we're going to be coming right back to you in a moment.
Alrighty.
I just love these testimonials because I never know what people are going to say to me. And this is just awesome. It's like a surprise opening a Christmas gift each time. Thank you, Jonathan and Renee, so much for your testimonials. So now you're probably wondering, how do I get the drops? Well, option one, you could become a customer and buy retail. We'll be happy to look after you that way. But why would you want to pay retail when you can get it wholesale? I'm a girl from Winnipeg and nobody in Winnipeg pays retail. So as a brand partner or wholesale customer, it's two the same. You're able to get your drops at 30% off when you subscribe to a one-time lifetime membership of $29.95. I guarantee you, just like Renee was experiencing and her girlfriend experienced, you start looking so darn good that people say, what are you doing? And now, we want to share things with others. So we say it's the drops. And next thing you know, you want to know how much money you've made because you sent out a link and that link and you've got a team. So we look after absolutely everything. We have amazing training calls every morning. Voluntary if you want to participate, the back office that will track all your commissions. In Canada, we like to pay a little bit more. It's $37.95 for our membership here. And again, that gives you your discounts. I do want to give this disclosure that anyone's income here is specific to their own desire, their own determination, their own skills, as yours will be as well too. Let's turn your drops into profits. Let's talk about the business end. We already know that we have some amazing products. Let's share them with others. Let's help the world get healthy. You're going to get 30% off retail. So as you share these products with others, it's a 30-point advantage immediately. In the United States, because we have Americans and Canadians on the line with us, I'm going to use both sets of slides. You can buy a 4-pack for $371. So imagine this, you share 3 boxes with others, you make a profit of $222, and you're giving your friends a little bit of a deal, and you get your product for free. How cool is that? Cool, right? In Canada, a 4-pack of our day and night drops is $500. Same thing, share 3 with others, and you get your own free and a profit of $216. So as Jonathan mentioned, how can you get your monthly subscription free? There it is right there, folks. Learn our system of growth. It's a very simple training. Let's talk about turning your social media into profit. Right now, it's a free platform. There can be an international market waiting for you. What I have here is an example of our boards app from the phone. And basically, if you can copy and paste, you click on social media week 1, there's 14 posts in there twice daily, 9 a.m., 3 p.m. You can always schedule it. We can teach you how to do that. And just post, because people are looking for what we have. Remember those statistics? 63%, 76% of people are obese and overweight and unhealthy. They want what we have. As they ask questions, click on text scripts for drops, and you'll be able to answer every single question in private conversation with them on Messenger. So again, if you can copy and paste, you can do this. And you, like Rick, or rather like Jonathan, can share and be able to earn that $500 a week or whatever your specific target is. Here's Rick and Crystal's post that together they had shared 210 pounds. I had them on my call not too long ago. They own a food truck, and it was really, really hard for them to give up the gravy and the cheese curds. But they did. Doctor said it's time to look at the reality here, the talk to Jesus kind of thing. And when I posted that, there was so many people that responded wanting the drops. So what we'd like to do is help you get to Ultimate in your first 30 days. Ultimate is our top paid position in our company. In Canada, you would earn a $2,106 profit, give or take. In the United States, about $2,700. We have many people that have achieved Ultimate in their first 2 weeks, first week, just by posting, and for others to come forward and say, hey, I want what you have. So first, let's talk about activating your position so you're eligible to earn commissions. As you noticed in my previous slides, there's a point value connected to any product that we have. Again, to revisit, the 4-pack of drops is 208 points in Canada and 200 points in the United States. So a 4-pack could help you activate your position. But there's more. I'm going to recommend get that Renew. The Renew with the drops is just magic. It's 278 points in Canada as well as 278 in the US. They're great products together. In Canada, we have some different packages available for you so you can experience some of the other products. We have a member pack, a business pack, and notes the point value as well. And we have an elite pack. We also have just recently announced a 30-pack. You can get 3 of the 10 packs, get a special pricing on it. That will give you your 1,500 points, bringing you to what we call Ultimate, best choice, right? So you're going to keep 1 box, sell 29. Your profits are roughly about $2,145, and your drops are free. It's that simple. And that's what so many people are doing, is getting the best unit cost as they possibly can. In the United States, a 10-pack is 500 points. A unit cost is $88. But why not a 20-pack where you increase your profits to $1,600? Or why not the ultimate option where your profits are $2,710? So I couldn't even build a website for my resort for $2,300 startup. And yet in this company, you could do that and achieve the ultimate position. Now, I've been in the industry for 25 years. I have never seen a compensation plan so rich, so generous as this one. Business for Home magazine went out and actually proved it for us when we say we do have the best of the best. So as we go forward, again, remember Calgary that I mentioned, people dancing across the stage? I'm going to say that it was about 85% of the people in that room went across the stage celebrating their rank. And you don't walk across the stage unless you have the paychecks to prove it. So people are doing well with this product and with this company. We are paid 9 different ways, but in order to get paid, you're going to want to have that monthly subscription of selling or buying 100 points of product. It's very easy because there's so many great choices. Blue Frog is there, Burn is there, the Pure Nourish, the Noni, all the products that we talked about earlier. And again, you're going to get 30% off your own purchases or make 30 points when you sell it with others. So let's talk about the new volume bonus, because the Marys will come into your world. Mary is the person that says, I don't want to buy at retail. I want to be a brand partner. She makes a purchase of 1,000 points. If you bought the 4-pack, you're activated at 200 points. You would make 15% new volume bonus, $150 on Mary's purchase on any of her purchases for the first 4 weeks. After that, it goes to 15. If you purchase the business pack, you would make $200. The elite pack, you would make $250. The ultimate pack would pay you forever at 30% or $300 on Mary's purchase. So again, once you achieve ultimate, you keep it top pay status for a lifetime. And why not earn top pay? One mentor said to me, if the company wants to send you more money, shame on you for leaving money on the table. So let's help you make the best that you possibly can. Again, the 30 pack in Canada is $35.70. In the United States, it's $2,300. That's considered a business investment, and you're ready to rock and roll. We'll get you trained, and you'll be able to share these drops with all your friends and family. So I just want to share some statistics for you, because Jonathan, in his testimony, he talked about how he was just interested to get his product paid for. And then he thought, well, a $500 a week check would be kind of nice. And I bet you dimes to donuts, when I see him in Dallas, he's going to be wanting that $1,000 check a week. Well, here's the recipe to success. You are 5 times more likely to go to manager if you hit ultimate in the first 28 days. You are 50 times more likely to go to vice president, which I believe Jonathan is at, if you hit manager in your first 90 days. And 100 times more likely to go senior officer if you hit vice president in your first 180 days. FYI, senior officers who are paid as senior officers is $160,000 a year. So it's pretty serious. People who go faster go further. Bottom line, right? Now, I just want to share with you base commissions. It's a formula, a very special formula based on the activity of your entire team. It's 15% on the volume, again, based on the formula. And you are able to get paid that weekly in all the volume in your pay lines combined. Those base commissions can add up to quite some healthy dollars. In addition, anything over $250 in a given week, the company puts an extra 15% aside for you in your savings bonus. As that rings up to $10,000, you're going to get that call from the company and get your deposit the following Friday. And for the Canadians on the call, that is indeed 10,000 US dollars. At our recent convention last year, there were so many people on the stage. Chris and Joni unlocked theirs in 8 months. The Wyndhams unlocked theirs. We've got the Antleys. There's so many of my friends that have unlocked these $10,000 bonuses. And personally, I'm about 2 weeks out from unlocking mine. We're going to hear from SUMER pretty soon about hers. The matching bonus is triggered if you qualify for ultimate in your first 4 weeks. So you want to achieve gold at the same time. And what that's going to do is pay you matching bonuses. Let's go back to Mary. Mary was your personally sponsored. She makes $1,000 in base commission. You would make 15% in matching bonus over and above. Mary sponsors Bill. You would make 10% of Bill's matching bonus or of Bill's base commission. Bill sponsors Henry. You would make 5%, and so on it goes. I'm amazed at how fast that matching bonus check adds up. In fact, Mike and I are talking about buying a new truck, and my matching bonus check is going to make those truck payments for us. We also earn lifestyle credits. There was a whole bunch of happy people last year that went to Tahiti. And then another group, many of the same, went to the Bahamas. And then we have Punta Cana that just recently happened in the Dominican Republic. The Hyatt Ziva was like a diamond resort. It was just so fantastic. Executive was there to party with us. And just recently was the Bali trip. I think Summer is still jet lagged, as we're going to be interviewing her tonight about all the fun in Bali. So this is pretty exciting to bring up right now our guest. She's a president. She's a very vivacious person. She's a dynamic speaker. Quite often she hosts our morning training calls. I've learned so much from her. She's a beautiful person, and she cares 100% for her team and for those of us, all of us, that are working as a family together. Give it up for Summer Simons.
Hello.
You're a
Hopefully you can
celebrity.
hear
I'm
us.
so glad to have you on my call tonight.
Oh, well, I'm not. I am the goofy one, and I'm over here laughing, thinking about my kids in there, and like, have they burned the house down?
Not yet.
Well, they're watching Yes Day, which is the movie where the parents tell them yes to everything. And I'm like, there's no telling what they're into.
Oh my God. Okay, so Summer, how did you get started in the drops?
Well, actually, I bought them about 6 years ago. I took them once, threw them in the cabinet because I was not ready to take them. My background, I'd been an athlete through high school and college. I'd been a personal trainer and a coach. But I went through, like he said, some years of hard in my life. And I put on some weight with 4-foot surgeries, moving, working 4 and 5 jobs. And fast forward to August 1st of this year, it'll be 2 years ago. I was riding back from Orlando with one of the girls on my team. She's on my team now, but we were complaining about life. We were like, this is not how we saw life in our 40s. Like, we did not plan to be busting our tail like we are, starting over, feeling unhealthy, not feeling good. Like, it was just the hen fest, you know? And I said, I think I'm going to try these stupid drops. That's what I said. I said, I'm not selling them, but I'm going to try them because I'm sick of seeing the before and afters. And that was it. And August 1st, 2 years ago, I took them. I dropped 20 something pounds in about 30 something days. And I was like, I've never taken anything to have results this fast.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Any non-scale wins in there? For the
Yeah. So
energy?
immediately in the first week, I started sleeping better. I've never been a big sleeper. And so I was like, oh my goodness, this is what sleeping is. And then fast forward, I was not craving sugar and I stopped finishing my plates. Like, I'm almost 6 foot tall. So I like to eat. Like, that's a perk of being tall. My friend Renee is not tall. So she does not get to eat like me. And when I started taking the drops, I'm like, I'm done. Like, I don't need any more. And that's what a lot of my customers see is they get full faster. So all of those things were big wins. I was not into the hot flash thing. Um, I will say I didn't feel like I was moody, but I have seen a picture of my children and I at the end of school one year and a year later, and the smiles on all three of our faces were completely different. And I can say that now without crying, but it really is when you feel good, it affects everything in your whole world. And it just really trickled down. And my kid, I mean, one of them had a black eye, not from me, but his smile was so much bigger. The little one, I mean, they're just grinning from ear to ear. And I'm like, wow, what an impact this has had on our little family. So,
That's so
yeah.
true. Mom, happy family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. So when did you decide that you were going to get a little serious about this and start doing it as a business?
So I've tried to kind of fight that for a while. I've done the industry, but never like this. I grew up in the industry. I dabbled in a couple of things. And when this showed up, it was like, it looks pretty good. I started posting the first day I started taking drops, and I was making some extra money, really good extra money. But I just thought, it's going to run out. I don't really know if I want to do it. I don't know if I have it in me. I even went to a big event in Orlando. Me and a girlfriend drove through the night. She went the wrong way. I wake up and I'm like, where are you going? We had to divert. I have the craziest stories. They tell me to write a book and make a movie. And I sat in the event and I'm like, yeah, this is great. Had my pictures made with John and Darren. Didn't know they were the owners. So I was like, these guys are popular. So let's take a selfie. And in January, Brent said, I need you to go. This is how crazy Brent is. He flew me to Puerto Rico to meet the owners. He said, I need you to go meet John and Darren. And I was like, okay. I spent some money, went down, and I cried on the plane ride home. I said, this is for real. Like, this is about to change everything. And so January a year ago, I started doing what Brent was coaching. I started running the system of growth you showed a while ago, posting a couple of times a day, showing my lifestyle on my Facebook, and my whole world has just done a 180.
Wow. So the people that respond to you on your Facebook, are they all your close girlfriends, or who are these people?
No. So I may have had a couple of TikToks that were me and a girlfriend being silly go a little viral, like to the Bar Tipsy song, just dancing with our drops. And women all over the country have reached out to me. They just, I don't know, I guess they thought it was entertaining. They came and stalked me on Facebook. I have sold drops in, I don't know, 10 to 15, maybe 20 different states, people I don't know. And it blows my mind that they will Venmo me money or order through the company website. And I'm like, what I have learned, I was a personal trainer. I didn't buy into the hormone thing. Women that were overweight, I saw them eating cheeseburgers and drinking milkshakes. And they're like, oh, my thyroid, I can't get my hormones. I'm like, put the cheeseburger down. Like, that's not helping. But when I got close to 40, it was kind of that eating crow. It was like, maybe there's something to this because it didn't just come off like it did the day after I had a baby. It didn't just melt off at 40. And so when I saw that first little slide you showed about all the symptoms of hormones, I'm like, oh my goodness, there's so much more to this. I taught people how to exercise and how to eat right. And I never understood the women who were not losing weight. And I'm like, you're doing something, you're sneaking food. But most people I talk to, they think men have testosterone and women have hormones and it makes them crazy. That's all they think about. They don't realize what a role cortisol plays in our systems. And so when you start realizing that this is so much more than just women being hormonal, it is life changing what we've got our hands on.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you and I were in Punta Cana together. We got to share some good conversations, and then you continued on to Bali. Let's a couple of minutes on Punta Cana.
Okay, so that was my first trip. I got invited to Bahamas last year, did not go because I had my boys. I wasn't taking them. Like, I wanted to do this on my own at first. So when Punta Cana rolled around, that was an adventure. But holy smokes, I really saw, like, I'd been with the owners. I've spent time, went a couple of times to Puerto Rico. But what this company does to reward us for growing a paycheck and helping people get healthy is baffling to me. Like, it's crazy, y'all. I've gone on some good vacations. He went to Punta Cana too, good vacations. And we get down there and it was first class from start to finish. We had so much fun. My aunt had taken her entire family 3 weeks prior, and that was the Christmas gift from her and her husband to the kids and the grandkids. We went for free. Like, and then they treated us to gifts when we arrived, to special dinners, to special entertainment. And we got to rub elbows with people like Ricia or John and Darren or Dr. Crystal. I mean, people that we're friends with, but really get to spend some time together. We actually, our favorite day was at the water park with Susan and Josh Frank and Amber. I mean, like, and Chris and Joni. Like, we had the best time being 10-year-old little children running around without our kids, just laughing and playing.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I went zip lining. I was so scared. I was so
That
scared.
was awesome. That was my first time too.
So, what about Bali? You just got back.
Oh, Bali was something else. That one kind of scared me about going to start with, because first of all, it was a long way away. There's all the complications with kids. You know, this morning I talked about it on a different call. I was like, y'all, I was scared to get on the plane. Like, I don't want to leave my kids behind. Like, I'm not a fearful person, but this was a big deal. And when I looked and realized it was halfway around the world, if you look on a globe, little Decatur, Alabama, and Bali, Indonesia is like as far as we could travel. I was like, you know what? This is not something we will ever pick to go do on our own. Like, I'm not going to go, hey, let's go to Bali. But like Hawaii, that's something we want to do. We would go book that on our own. Well, needless to say, we went one direction to Bali. We came the other direction back. So we literally traveled around the entire globe on our epic escape. And
Wow.
it's kind of like, it's crazy, but kind of cool. But everything that happened in between just blew our mind. I mean, they had stuff like we had butlers, we had walk in closets in our hotel room. They brought us coffee if we wanted. They scheduled massages if we wanted. They cleaned our room like how many times a day?
6 times a day.
They'd come back and say, do you need another cleaning? I'm like, no, but please get in my suitcase because my house needs major cleaning. Like, I needed you to come home with me, and I would have paid them a lot better than probably what they were making there. And then the excursions, like monkeys and swings out over these bluffs. I mean, I screamed a lot. Rice fields. We had some 7-course meals that were not anything we were ever going to eat in any realm of the universe. I tried everything they put in front of me, though. A lot of it I liked, surprisingly, wasn't bad. But the gifts at night when you came in your room, like these special little coasters that were logoed with Partner Co., the little logo right here and the logo for the trip. They shipped us packages before we came with hats and shirts and beach towels and beach bags. Like, no stone left unturned. The last night, or second to last night, they gave us petty cash because there was one day we were on our own. They wanted to make sure we were covered with food. He took his petty cash, got a pizza, some ice cream. I took my petty cash and had a photo shoot in Bali. Like, it was just the craziest experience. You cannot even fathom. Like, you can't fathom. You cannot fathom. And we earned it just by doing things to help other people. Not selfishly, but Renee's the one I shared drops with. She didn't want them the first time. And the second time she was like, hey, so what about those drops? Like the stretchy pants and the ice cream she didn't like anymore. Kind of like me. Like, it just, you have to get to that point. And I said this morning on the call, we have a slogan with Partner Co. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. If you want to go fast and far, go with Partner Co. And that's what we did on our first big epic escape with them. They did not let us down.
What a story. What a story. Thank you so much for sharing everything on the call tonight. I just love you and Jonathan. You guys are so awesome. And every time on the IP, I go, that's somewhere. I really love
you too.
This has been pretty special for us. Thank you so much for your share. We're going to wrap it up, folks. There's a couple more slides, and then we're going to let you go. Thank you so much. Oh, what a great share. Loved it, loved it. Oh my God, loved it. So how will you know what balance will look and feel like for you? We heard it from Jonathan. We heard it from Renee. You heard it from Summer. You heard it from me. You will have more energy. You'll sleep better with that improved mood and be happier, which means your whole family will be happier. Increase in libido, reduction in inflammation. The weight and the inches will be lost, better elimination and digestion. The brain fog will be lifted, boost in immunity, overall sense of well-being. And you'll look younger. I mean, everybody just looks younger. So in full circle, everything that we talked about tonight that affected us individually is affecting everyone that you look at eye to eye. Everyone at your job tomorrow, everyone in your neighborhood, your cousin, your sister, your brother-in-law, all of us are experiencing this. And we owe it to them to reach out and just tell them about the drops so they can get themselves back healthy again. So just letting you know, this company is in over 50 markets around the globe. We've sold well over 1 million bottles of the products. The Tahitian Noni, over 172 million bottles have been sold. We have over 40,000 followers in our Facebook page. We've won award after award, and we are the best compensation plan as documented. It's pretty serious. It's a very, very, I'm going to call it divine intervention, that I should pray for something like this. And not only does God bring me something that helps me feel good and healthy and get well and get younger, but also to help in a drastic way to change my financial situation around. So let me ask you, put it in the chat. Are you a 1, 2, 3, or 4? The 1 is the person, no, I guess you can't be a 1, it's crossed off. That's the one that wants to buy retail, so you're not a 1. The 2 is the who wants the drops, love to become a brand partner or a wholesale customer so you can save money. If you're a 2, put your number in the chat. What about the threes? I want to get on this health and wealth train and ride it. Do we have any threes in the house? And some of you are waiting for the fours. You're the one that want to get on this health and wealth train and ride it big all the way to the top. You heard about my story 1 year in and how my life has changed. You heard about Summer's story. What will your 1 year story look like? What will those pictures be? Together we can do it. We are simply better together. You can enjoy all that time, freedom, a body you love, financial stability, community of friends, luxury experiences. And it's easy. We just help you choose a pack. It's so simple. And then we help you get on your way to being a brand partner, put you in half an hour of training with our system of growth, and you're ready to go. You'll probably pre-sell your boxes before the shipment even arrives at your doorstep. I want to thank our guests tonight. We have Renee from Alabama. Thank you so much, Renee. We have Jonathan. Thank you so much, Jonathan. And our special guest, Summer Simons. Thank you so very much. Thank you to the brand partners that have supported the call tonight. To all our guests, I hope you really enjoyed what you saw, and be sure to get your questions answered. And I want to thank my beautiful co-host, Carole Roberts from Edmonton. Thank you, everybody. We will keep it open for a couple of questions if any of my guests want to hang around. I know you guys got to go because you got your kids just out the door. But if anyone wants to answer any questions, ask any questions, we're going to be able to keep the room open for about 5 minutes, and I'll stop the recording now.